we are down one worker, because Sarah, of course, is at college, but
we're ready to work. Woo!
We're ready to get this garage going. We got some things we got to do today.
We've got to set up our batter boards over on that corner and get our lines strung and then chalk line it and then straighten the rebar, maybe not all in that order. And then we need to build our forms for the stem wall.
Are you ready, Seth?
Ready.
We're ready.
We've got our chalk lines drawn for the outside of our stem wall forms, all the way down each side.
Maybe we'll find a use for this string again. I don't know, but it seems kind of a shame just to waste it, just to throw it away at this point. It'll probably just end up being a tangled up mess later, but maybe not.
And we've double and triple checked our corners.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's
we've
square.
triple checked them.
Yeah.
Says it's square. We'll find out once we get the forms up, then we'll check the corners again, and at that point we can make any minor adjustments that we need to after we get the forms up. And then it'll be time to pour concrete, but that's several days away. Unfortunately. Totally destroyed this one ratchet strap here, Jules.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I think my muscles were just too strong. I'll show you here. I'm just going to cut it off because it's
Oh wow, it's really messed up,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
It's a little bent. Those are pretty old though. We've used and abused those.
I think we've had these since we lived in Moab.
Long time.
Don't buy your rebar from Home Depot. It was way more expensive. They only had it in 10-foot lengths as well. And so you're going to have a lot more waste. You need to overlap this. I think I said in a previous video, 40 times the diameter of the rebar. And so it's 20 inches of overlap. This is 1/2-inch rebar. And so if you have 10 feet, you're losing 20 inches on each side. 20 feet, right? You only have to, you don't have to overlap it as much, in other words. So it's not as much waste. So we went to, if you're in the Sandpoint area, we went to Pacific Steel and got this. It was way cheaper. Know that we can start off with. All right, so we need 20 inches of overlap. Come down to here. We'll bend it at 20 inches. No, 50 inches.
50?
50. Ready? I'm gonna hold out the end of the pipe. Good.
Every step I take, my God, life. We had it all, but then we lost it. The outer trappings have a false sense.
Dangerous. Oh! Ah! Sorry. So we ended up with this tiny gap right here that needs to be overlapped and filled in. So we're going to cut a piece of rebar 60 inches to fill that gap and also give us enough overlap on each side.
All right, here we go.
Perfect, last piece. So we're going to use this block to hold it up to give us the space underneath the rebar that we want.
it's time to start building the forms. And I went back and forth between whether or not we should like build the forms with plywood and frame it up kind of like a wall. Let me know which way you guys would choose. If you would use the 2x6s like we're gonna do here in just a minute, or if you would frame it up with plywood. I'm going with the 2x6 way because we can reuse almost all of that for studs, blocking, cripples, and things like that as we're building the actual garage, right? So we can reuse most of it. If we went with the plywood, I think it would be easier, but as far as I can see, it would mostly just be waste, right? And so we wouldn't actually get to reuse it.
Come on, wave goodbye. I see it in your eyes. There's no more time to waste. Waiting for someday to feel it just feels good to be alive. It feels so good to be alive. It feels so good to be alive.
All right, I told you so moment. Oh, it's just a scratch.
Ripped a big old hole in your pants.
I know it, man.
What'd you do, Marty?
I hit my knee on the top of this rebar, this right here.
That uncapped rebar.
That uncapped rebar.
Uh-oh.
That about 95% of all comments said, you need to put caps on them. I said, yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm still not gonna do it. But that's why you gotta be careful right there.
It's bleeding. A little bit of Marty's
Leaking out.
out.
He's gonna be very
I'm gonna be a little bit lighter tomorrow.
got a way of keeping me up most nights. It's always worth the sleep I sacrifice. And love is too precious to trade for rested eyes.
So we got the second exterior wall up, except for the very top. This is gonna actually be a 2x8, and that's gonna be the part of the stem wall that sticks up out of the dirt. So we got this corner right here. We're gonna try to square it up and get it all plumb and just kind of tack it together for right now. We'll come back through and put all the bracing on later after we get all the walls up. So I think let's put the level on here. Look at that, it's pretty plumb right there.
Feel the air in your lungs. You could talk your way around the big old sun. But I keep hoping that the end won't come, honey. I could listen to you all day long.
Check it out, man. All the way around. We got to go to the hardware store, pick up the lumber for the inside forms, get some more wire ties, and a couple miscellaneous things. Oh, look at that, guys. Sizzling bacon. So what you making for breakfast, Jules? Obviously bacon.
Yeah. And eggs and vegetables today.
Cool.
Gonna add some spinach. And bell peppers, red bell peppers.
Huh. Those are some
And asparagus.
asparagus in our
Do you guys eat
scrambled eggs.
asparagus for breakfast? Should give it a try. It's really good.
Huh.
And then of course eggs. Just added salt and pepper and then garlic powder to the eggs.
So this is spinach,
Yep.
and it's like
freeze dried.
A little spinach ball. Go ahead and give it a... Wow. It's dry, fluffy.
Look how pretty this is. All those vegetables for breakfast. That's awesome.
They're like rehydrating
Yeah.
in egg juice. Let's try a bell pepper. So they're super light, super airy. Whoa, super crunchy. Piece of asparagus. 25-year shelf life. And like, I don't know how many bell peppers are in there, but they're not like getting all soft and squishy in your refrigerator.
Nope.
And like, I mean, how much of a bell pepper do you think you put in there? That's not a whole bell
Maybe
pepper.
a quarter.
Yeah,
Quarter
so
for both of us to eat. Plus, breakfast is always one of those meals that it's hard to figure out how to get a vegetable in, and this is super easy without having any waste, really. So
yeah.
this is a good solution. Plus asparagus. Like, who eats asparagus for breakfast? We do now.
It's good. It's just like a regular vegetable in your eggs, but super simple. I gotta add the Tabasco sauce to it because I love Tabasco sauce.
That's a lot of Tabasco. I have to show them how much you like hot sauce. This is all sitting out on our counter. A variety for every meal.
I like hot sauce. Go ahead, finish up eating breakfast, and we're gonna get back to work. Today, we are continuing on from yesterday, forming up for the stem wall.
Well, your mind wanders and your thoughts run wild, but I will walk beside you every mile. But it ain't easy, but it's all worthwhile. I do it time again to see you smile. And when the words run out along with old age,
We got this wall here built. Now we're just taking our spacer here. We're gonna put it down in here to space it so that it's the right distance across here. Then we'll just take a stake and hold it there for temporary until we get all the bracing up. But that way, it'll be the right spacing. All right, then we can pull out our spacer. We'll go ahead and move this 2x4 over up against here, like right in here. That way it'll hold it so when the concrete is in the form and trying to push it out, it'll be up against this 2x4 right here.
and when the words run out along with our old age, I'll still hear you in many other ways. And if I fall blind, I will see you the same. I will always find a way to love you, babe. I will always find a way to love you, babe. I will always find a way to love you, babe.
Let me show you where we made it at today. All 4 corners are done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The corners are done. They're properly spaced. The rebar is all in there. It feels good. And it went fairly fast. I mean, you know, it's been 2 days worth of work so far on these things, but it's coming along really good. We should likely have them finished up in one more day's work. On the very top here goes 2x8s. And then like right down here, we will then block it and cut the 2x8 out for the doors, right? So we'll have 2 garage doors here. We'll have a man door back there and a man door over here, which we will cut the 2x8 out for the door. So that we'll have 8 inches, really 7 inches, right? 7 inches of concrete up above the dirt so that it will look like this around right here. And that's just right how it's supposed to be for a good, healthy building, so that you don't get moisture and bugs and things like that can get easily up into the wood of the house. So you have 6 to 8 inches of concrete space above the dirt level. If you'd like to see more of what's going on here on our homestead, there is a video right over there that you'd probably like to check out. Otherwise, I hope you have a really great day. Keep smiling, and I will see you over in that video in just a second.